Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. And there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Bridgewater's Vikings going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They go play action. Bridgewater. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Tiger! You ready? Tiger! Forward!
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down. On first down, Murray. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, 47 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue: explosive runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, you got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure now increases on you because your first thought is we have to answer right now. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Buying time to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
So in this case, you'd think the defense would be collapsing to the left side of the field, and they forced him to his left. So he just tucked it away and picked up some yardage.
Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Forbath will put this one through. A Forbath connecting there. Well, he connected 6 times this last week in their win over Baltimore. They only scored 24 points. Kai Forbath had 18 of them.
And you never know when it's going to click in for a kicker and find the right situation. Kai Forbath had been competing for a job starting in 2016 with the New Orleans Saints. And they brought Will Lutz into town. And all of a sudden, Forbath was cut, and so was Connor Barth. Both of them now kicking in the league in opposite places. Barth's in Chicago. Forbath, of course, really plying his trade well in Minnesota.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The give is to Bell, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
These two.
Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And they've got it here with a first down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. McDonald, the man in motion. Here's Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
A swift move, but not a ton to show for it. Tackle just on the other side of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
On third down, Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. McDonald, the man in motion. They'll run it with Bell. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 43 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And he'll bang that one through. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Murray. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Two yards to go here on third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. It's a pickup of 3 that time, and it'll give the Vikings a first down. A toss to Murray. Spinning away. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him. Upright with some power.
A run, it's Murray. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Bridgewater now on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a first down carry by Bell. Nifty footwork at the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
McDonald, the man in motion. On second down, it's Bell. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why a stat like that can occur. His ability to catch the ball, be elusive, and also strong enough to break tackles, that allows him to gain all that extra yardage.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're throwing interception.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Hey, I want to take a glance back to last week real quick. We got a second. That Raiders-Chiefs game, how about that ending? 4 last plays. That was an instant classic.
We can laugh about it. Kansas City is not going to. But when I went back and reviewed all of those plays, I found all the penalties that were called. That was an ending unlike any ending I've ever seen, and especially in a classic rivalry game with Kansas City and Oakland. Boy, what a way to finish for Oakland, a game they absolutely had to have to keep their season going.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. And that will be incomplete as well.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Stephon Tuitt, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. And Forbath will put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the third quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Here's Roethlisberger. Out left side here to Bryant. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll pitch it out to Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're not to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. 2 teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Bridgewater's Vikings going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up. with the Minnesota Vikings. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. McKinnon. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. On 4th down, they do snap it to Bridgewater. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. It's a pickup of 21. And it'll be 1st down, Vikings.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance.
Let's go. Blue 58.
Now a give. This is Murray. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. They run it with McKinnon. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be a Minnesota 1st down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. A handoff. It's Murray. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Now McKinnon. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Vikings a first down. Well, hey, so much for advanced metrics. Going for it on 4th twice on this drive, but hey, 2 for 2.
Well, it's time for you and I to really get educated, isn't it? Welcome to Madden NFL Advanced Metrics. This style, not the style we grew up with.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
This is Murray. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I. And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And tough starting field position here. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll go again with Bell. And they'll get...
Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Second down, 9 yards to go. After the penalty, it's Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Roethlisberger, open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Let's go.
They go with Murray again. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
2 yards is the pickup, and that leads to a Minnesota first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A dump down to McKinnon. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And the offense can string something together, but they'll need to do it quickly here to try to get points on the board and win this game.
Let's go. Wide 80. Wide 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. The second down throw for Bridgewater. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for a loss of 5. Here's Bridgewater. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. The Vikings will go for it. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
4 yards remaining now on second down. Again, it's Bell. And he spins through. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
In motion, James, the tight end. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. In motion, James, the tight end. They'll go for it with Bell, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Le'Veon Bell stops short of the line to gain. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Bridgewater to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him for a loss of 5. Now Bridgewater. Now he's flushed out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
To throw is Bridgewater. And no, it's incomplete. Boy,